Police in Columbus, Ohio, releasing body cam video of the fatal shooting of Andre Hill, an unarmed black man who they say approached officers with a cell phone in his hand. That new video comes on the same day as the funeral for Casey Goodson, a black man shot and killed by a deputy 2 weeks ago. Here's ABC's Marcus Moore.
This is newly released video from a Columbus police officer's body camera showing moments after 47-year-old Andre Hill was shot.
Put your hands out to the side.
According to authorities, the officers responded to a disturbance call early Tuesday morning.
The gray SUV in front of this location keeps starting up and running.
Authorities say Officer Adam Coy, a 19-year veteran of the force, and another officer arrived to an open garage door with Hill inside. Hill walking towards the officers with a phone in one hand and the other hand not visible. Officer Coy opened fire, shooting Hill, who authorities say was unarmed.
To see him lying in the driveway, minute after minute after minute after minute, with no attempt to render aid, that is a stunning disregard for life, and in this case, black life.
Hill would later die at the hospital. The officers involved not activating their body cameras until immediately after the shooting. Investigators will be examining the crucial moments captured by the camera's look-back feature, which pre-records 60 seconds of video from the moment it turns on. But it does not capture audio, so it is unclear what was said between Hill and the two officers.
This police shooting comes just weeks after another man was shot and killed in Columbus. Casey Goodson Jr. was laid to rest today.
Hey guys, it's Christmas Eve, and I have an editorial story for you. We're going to talk about the news story that you just saw the video of at the beginning. We're going to talk about that. And the cops just, you know, it's almost like on the police application, they ask, do you know how to pull a trigger? And if you say yes, they go, you're hired. Do you know how to pull a trigger? Yes, I do. Good, you're hired. You're a cop. You can be a police officer. We'll send you to the academy. There you go. Because they just shoot first and worry about it later. They shot an unarmed guy who was holding his cell phone out in front of him. Hopefully he was recording them. Hopefully that's what he was doing. But we don't know that. We have body cam footage, but they didn't turn on their body cams until after the shooting. Let's see what's going on here. Thank you to the ColumbusDispatch.com for this story. Video from the body camera worn by Columbus police officer Adam Coy early Tuesday morning shows the moment when he fatally shot 47-year-old Andre Maurice Hill. Coy and a female officer had responded to a non-emergency disturbance call from a neighbor about a vehicle running in the street on and off for an extended period of time in the 1000 block of Oberlin Drive in the Cranbrook neighborhood. Coy's body cam shows the officers getting out of their cruisers and walking up the driveway to the open garage door at the Oberlin Drive home with their flashlights pointing into the dark garage. Hill, who later was determined to be a guest at the home, has his back turned to police. Coy, 44 years old and a 19-year-old police veteran, has his gun drawn as Hill turns around on the right side of a vehicle in the garage and takes 4 steps toward the officers with his cell phone in his left hand and his right hand in the pocket of his winter coat. Coy then shoots Hill as he approaches the entrance to the garage. Until this point, there is no audio in the video. Now, some people may say, why did he have his hand in his pocket? Probably cold. It's Columbus, Ohio. It's December. His hand is probably numb. I get cold here in California in the wintertime. The body cameras have a 60-second look-back feature that captures video, but no audio. This look-back recorded the shooting, indicating the officer did not turn on a body camera until immediately after the shooting took place. Police division policy says that all sworn personnel are required to render appropriate aid and or summon emergency medical vehicle services as soon as it is reasonable and safe to do so. Hill was taken by paramedics to Ohio Health Riverside Methodist Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. The Dispatch, which obtained the video through a public records request, is presenting it here for the public to see what happened. Viewer discretion is advised given the graphic images and language in the video. So there is a video in the story. I'll put a link to it in the description box below. I believe we're going to go through the timeline now of what happened here. I'm trying to mess with this thing, but here's the timeline. Now, I'm going to go through the timeline as quick as I can, but you guys need to hear this. This is going to I don't know, man. I'm going to let you decide and make your own conclusions in the comment section. So what happened? Here's a timeline of what happened. In the moments before and after the shooting of Andre Hill by Columbus police officer Adam Coy on December 22nd, that was just a couple days ago, 1:38 a.m., dispatchers air radio traffic dispatching 2 officers, including Coy, to a home on Oberlin Drive about a complaint. That call from a neighbor said a car had been running outside the home for about 30 minutes, on and off. 1:49 a.m., Coy and a female officer arrive at the home and approach the garage, which has an open door. Neither officer has their body camera on at this time. The officers arrived in separate cruisers and did not have their lights or sirens on, and no dash camera was recording. Coy turned on his body camera 9 seconds after the shooting occurred. Remember, it's 1:49 a.m. The cameras used by Columbus Police have a feature that gets 60-second look back of video but no audio. It did capture the shooting, but there's no audio. The officers are seen near the garage where Hill is inside and facing away from the officers. Hill turns toward them and takes 4 steps in their direction. Well, yeah, he's probably going, what do you need? He has a cell phone with a screen illuminated in his left hand. Hill's right hand is not visible. 1:50 a.m. It took them a minute to get up to this point. The officer responding with Coy, who has not been identified, says over the police radio that shots have been fired that quick, 1 minute. Coy's voice is not heard on radio traffic following this transmission that quick. Coy should be heard going, shots fired. He should be the one to say it. The body camera video now with audio shows Coy telling the female officer not to go near Hill because he can't see his hand, asking if a medic is en route. Coy tells Hill to put up his hands and roll over. The video appears to show Hill raise one arm. 1:51 a.m. Now it's 2 minutes after they arrived, 1 minute into the shooting. The body camera video shows Coy rolling Hill over and uttering an expletive, his gun still drawn. He holsters his weapon and turns away, remaining near the garage and Hill. Radio traffic from the female officer is that the officers are okay. She does not request a medic. 1:52 a.m. This guy's been shot for 2 minutes. The female officer asks over the radio for an officer support unit, a designated officer that will not leave the side of Coy for the duration of the night. 1:53 a.m. Coy is walking in semicircles in the driveway, occasionally walks back up and appears to look at Hill. Why is he walking? Is he looking for his rounds? That's 3 minutes into the shooting. 1:54 a.m. The female officer is seen on the body camera footage beginning to put up crime scene tape in the street. 4 minutes into the shooting, he's still laying in the garage, shot. 1:55 a.m. An officer traveling to the scene asks over the radio if a squad is needed at the scene. 1:56 a.m. The female officer responds, "We do not have one, but we need one." The body camera shows no officer on the scene, rendering aid to Hill, who remains lying on his back in the opening of the garage, shot. Additional officers begin arriving at the scene. An officer who is not identified is heard saying, "Cuff him up," about Andre Hill. He's shot. 6 minutes, he's been shot. 1:57 a.m. At least 6 officers have responded to the scene and are standing in the driveway near the garage where Hill is. None appear to be giving aid to Hill. 7 minutes, he's been shot. 2 a.m. Coy's officer support unit arrives and he retrieves what appears to be an inhaler, a cell phone, and a bottle of water from his cruiser. 2:01 a.m. Radio traffic from other responder officers direct a medic to come into the scene from Kinney Road for better access to the scene. 11 minutes into the shooting, this guy's bleeding. He's in the garage. The medics are called in. 11 minutes. No aid's been rendered that we know of. 2:04 a.m., an unidentified sergeant arrives and gives Coy permission to turn off his body camera. Before the camera is turned off, the support unit officer said he would be taking Coy to a nearby police substation. Well, we got to get our story right. 2:04 a.m. and that was it. Okay. 2:08 a.m. a second medic arrives on the scene. 18 minutes into the call, a second medic comes. 2:25 a.m. Hill is pronounced dead by physicians at Ohio Health Riverside Methodist Hospital because he laid there for over 10 minutes and nobody was rendering aid while he bled out. All he had in his hand was a cell phone. His hand was probably cold, so he's keeping it warm. I put my hands in my pockets when I'm cop watching. Sometimes when it's cold, my hands start getting numb, so I put my hand in my pocket. Maybe someday some cop will shoot me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos as law enforcement officers, to include those that don't know what the hell they're doing in Columbus, Ohio, and from coast to coast. And by the way, a little side note. Later today, I'm going to be uploading snippets. I'm going out to the Yucaipa Police Station today to do something. Look for that, guys, in about 2 hours, 3 hours.